music. All right, the green flag drops and the bullshit stops. Or does it? Welcome to Phat 420's Pit Stop. See, I still can't do it. Phat 420's Pit Stop with Ty and Steve. I am Phat 420. That's Ty. The bottom is Steve. The new guy, the old guy, the middle guy. Whatever you want to call it. But anyway, we got plenty for you. Recap of LaSalle, Peoria, and Brownstown for the Summer Nationals. And then, well, not Lincoln, but then we got 3 races. We're going to talk about Spoon River and Fairbury tonight. And then tomorrow we got East Moline. But for now, we will do the recap of the races. So Lincoln had some pro late models. And the reason why I'm doing Lincoln is because one of the tracks that we were going to feature this week again got rained out. So nevertheless, the Dirt Car Pro Late Models feature was Dakota Ewing, Colby Shepard, Braden Johnson, Denny Woodworth, and the top 5 is Brandon Schweitzer. Maybe that's how you say it. Anyway, I've seen Dakota before. She's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
She's pretty good. And,
that car, the Dakota, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, it's fine.
After last season, Dakota was done. He was going to sell his car. He was going to be done racing. And then Bobby Pierce, they held a raffle up at his place where he raffles off a complete car, and Dakota won that car.
Oh, nice.
That's why he's racing now.
So they were going back to racing. That's cool.
Yeah, so he went back to racing.
That is really cool.
He won that car, so fucking yeah.
Nice. So the UMP Modifieds.
Oh boy.
Top 5. Bollinger, Austin Lynn, Zach Taylor, Brian Dively, Mike Brooks, and in 6th place is Ken Schrader. There is also Mike Chastain there, Sean Vaughn, and Jason Cross, a bunch of local guys, I assume. So
I think Chastain was running Michael Mendel's car.
Yes, Chastain was doing Michael Mendel's car, which is the 10 car, I believe.
Yeah.
Because I guess maybe he wanted to get it shooken down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Chastain's a pretty good driver to put in your car. If there's a problem with it, you need to put Chastain in it. So.
Right. And in fact, a tidbit from a while back we talked about it was that's what happened with the one dude. Anyway, it happened a while back with someone, the guy at Peoria that jumped in during the feature and didn't have the UMP license and all that.
You told me about that.
Simpson.
Yeah.
So anyway, then they had Hornets, which is Kenny Butterfield, Matt Mackey, Jeff DeLonge, Ryan Harbaugh, Billy Mason, Nick Johnson. There's a bunch of other ones like Jeremy Hancock and Ryan Johnson and the whole Mackey clan. So, and then the Sportsman, which is a dying class. Colby Eller, Ed Cleaton, Tim Reich, Randy Huffman, and Zach Taylor. And the Mara Midgets feature was a Mitchell Davis, Adam Taylor, Mario Klauser, Jace Sparks, and Tyler Roth. And that was the Lincoln Speedway from 6-6 this year. So then the Brownstown Bull Ring, which was, I believe, the first night of the Summer Nationals, which was really good, even though I was up till midnight, 1 o'clock watching it. And we'll talk about that soon after we get done with recaps and new feature. Billy Moyer, Mr. Smooth, he's like 80?
101 wins on the Summer National Tour, tied with Shannon Bad.
Right. And
67 years old.
67, okay. I knew he was old, up there in age, but Yeah, and I've watched him since I was in mid-90s, and he was good then, and he's still good now. I mean,
Look who he's tied with.
there,
He's tied with his protege. You know,
Mhm.
Shannon's what 10, 15, yeah, 10, Shannon's closer to my age, so he's a good 10 years younger. He might even
Yeah,
be younger than me.
right. I
and
thought Shannon was
Shannon,
about my age.
yeah, Shannon actually drove for Moyer's dad
Yeah,
Right,
for
exactly.
right. Yeah, that's
years.
right.
Yep.
And then when
24.
Junior came along, Junior went with Babs, traveled with Babs a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah. So Billy Moyer Jr. is a good driver.
Oh,
He
yeah,
just
he is.
he gave it up though. I mean, I get why he gave it up, but
Right.
Right.
Family and the price of it. And
yeah.
so second place in that was Mike Harrison.
Hell of a driver. Goddamn mother.
He's a good guy. Then you got,
drive
since we talked
tomorrow.
about Bab got third. Shepard, English, Troutman, Parga, and then Fager, Herb, and then rounded out the top 10 is a Dylan McCowan.
Millwood. Oh, McCowan.
Yeah, McCowan. So
That's a tough track. That's a tough track. We used to race
Oh,
Brown.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I've seen a few races there. That's one of the tracks I actually would like to go to actually see in person. Because I do like those bull rings. I know it's tough on the cars and stuff, but I still love to watch it. Especially if they do get a 2, maybe 3 wide sometimes, which I have seen before. Those are pretty good. So, dirt car UMP modifieds at Brownstown was Treb Jacoby, Trevor Neville, Michael Ledford, Trent Young, Owen Steichkonig, yeah, Chase Holland, which we've talked about before, Hunt Gossam, Cole Falloway, Rick Salter, and top 10 is Braden Doyle. And that was a good that one was a good one too, because you got like right there at top 2 and 3, you got Trevor Neville and Michael Ledford. Those are some local guys, and they're really good. Let's see, what else do we got here? There's a whole bunch more. There B modifieds was D Schwartz. I'm sorry, that name just sounds a little bit funny to me, but he looked like he was a good driver with it, though. So then you got Joshua Dolans, Kyle Hemlick, Brody Pompey, Joe Rudy, Cody Clark, Shad Prescott, Joel Otterig, Brent Weaver, Robbie, and Ellers rounding out the top 10 for the B modified feature. And I believe they had factory stocks, which the first part of the show, it said street stocks. Now, I know they're pretty much the same, give or take, but, and then towards the end, they actually put factory stocks. But the top 10 for those was Brett Page Sr., Kason Timmons, Caden Tompkins, Kyle Cook, Brett Page, Drew Spencer, Tristan Chrisman, Sam Flowers, Terry McCann, and Zach Gator. And that was it for Brownstown. Now, Peoria, oh my goodness. I watched that, and they actually got done a little after 10:30, and they had 4 classes. Apparently, for once, they finally decided to get done. But see, the thing is, as much as some people hate Peoria for certain things, they actually do get their shows done at a decent time, whether it's on a weekend or weekday.
That's because I think they have to.
If time, yeah.
They have.
Yeah,
I think if they pass 11 o'clock, they have to pay a fine. I think.
Yeah, it was like they have to have like the features going by 11 o'clock. But still, getting done with 4 classes, and they had a pretty decent car count there. So it was good. I liked it.
I mean,
I don't know. You can't blame all that on the classes, because it's the driver's responsibility too. How many fucking times have there been waiting and wait on one fucking driver because he's still fucking. Oh, I gotta change the tire. Wait a minute, I ain't tested my ear yet. Wait a minute, I'm not done yet.
Well, it's like Kankakee. Kankakee did what, 6 classes?
Yeah, and they also took an hour just for track prep.
And they did track prep at what, 10:30?
Yeah. And,
To me, if I was the promoter, I'd be like, guys, we got to get this show done. I'm not going to do any track prep. I'm sorry, but this is what we're working with.
Right. Yeah.
Well, and to touch into that a little bit, Bill, he actually did put a post up,
which he shouldn't have.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but shut your mouth.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And because there you sound like a whiny little bitch.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he did sound like a whiny
I could see that, but he was basically blaming Dirt Car for the.
Of course, he's going to blame Dirt Car.
Right.
But who's the promoter of the track?
Right.
Yeah, he is.
That's it.
And then there was people bitching about him actually running the race. He's like, you should have been running the track instead of running the race. I'm like, well,
and he shouldn't have been. He shouldn't have been. Brad Denny did that. I don't know how many times down there at Spoon River.
Right.
He shouldn't be doing that. If you are promoting that night, you should not be racing.
Yeah, either you're a promoter or a racer, one or two.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, if you want to race another track, fine. Yeah, you don't race your own track.
Which he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he races Fairbury a lot.
Yeah.
But no, when you're promoting that night, no.
Yeah, you need to make your head and your thoughts towards getting that a good. So, anyway, that's one we didn't do. But Peoria, the top 10 was Drake Troutman, Ryan Unziger, Dennis Erb Jr., Billy Moyer Sr., Bob Gardner, Shannon Babb, Tyler Erb, Tyler Millwood, Jackson Heiss, Trey Mills, Clay Stuckey, Fager, Bronson, McCowan, Leach, Joyner, and just Frank Heckenus was in there. Brian Shirley, he did not finish. I missed that one because the feed that I was watching glitched right at that. And then when it came back, it was when they were talking to the guy on Winter Circle. So I don't know what happened to him because he was leading.
He cut a tire.
Oh, he cut a tire? Okay.
Yeah.
Cam Gardner and Jake Little both and Frank all got a DNF for that, but
I watched the last 6 laps.
Yeah,
and
you said you woke up right then, didn't you?
Yeah, I woke up and they were running the last 6 laps, and I was really hoping Unzinger would get around them, but
right. Get a 2-peat.
Yeah, and Moyer, that last restart, Moyer was right up there. I mean, he finished 4th.
Right.
I mean, like I said, I'm always a Billy Moyer fan. I've always been a Billy Moyer fan.
Right, so have I.
And
I've got to meet him a few
it's amazing.
times.
It's amazing what he can do at 67 years old, man.
When the first time I've always seen him, like I said, at the World and other shows, but one of the things that very much impressed me was when they had the very first Illini 100 years ago at Farmer City, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's doing the qualifying, right? I'm there on turns 3 and 4 in the pit stands, because that's where the pit stands are at Farmer City. He comes running around that thing, and from the middle of turns 3 and 4 all the way to the end of turn 4, I just see nothing but sparks. Sparks. And then, like a rocket, shoot down the front stretch. And he beat the track record doing all that. I'm like, dang, no wonder why he's called Mr. Smooth, because he's smooth around that track, even though he's smacking the wall.
I mean, that was 11-second bracket lap.
Yeah.
I was there that night. And I think he won that night, too. I think he passed Babb. I think he passed Babb on, like, the last lap.
Right, yeah, that's right. So,
because Babb came into the victory lane and goosed him.
So,
yeah. Bab owes a lot to the Moyer family. I mean, Bab,
Oh yeah.
he started down in Macon. The stories I heard was he couldn't even drive a car,
No,
save his soul.
he
And
shared a car.
then
He shared, or when he first started racing, he shared a ride with another dude, Ray Rogers. They shared a car.
Right.
Shannon only drove once in a while. He was just a young kid. But man,
Mm-hmm.
and then old man Moyer took him under his wing and never looked back.
Right,
Yeah.
and they're both great drivers now.
Yes, they're awesome.
So the modifieds at Peoria was Trevor Neville, Ben Harmon, Chris Moorfield, Mike McKinney, Austin Holcomb, Mike Chastain Jr., Cole Falloway, Steve Meyer Jr., Landon Miller, and Manix Fakirian. I don't know who that is, but they also had Deegan Dozart, Austin Simpson, Chase Holland again. He didn't do too well at Peoria. Noah Fall, Michael Ledford. Michael, I think, had issues. I think he did something. I don't remember what.
Well, what I've been hearing is supposedly Trevor Neville used him as a bank board to win. Okay. That's what I've been hearing. I haven't seen a video. I just seen a lot of people bitching on Facebook that, oh, Trevor should have never won that. He used him as a bank board and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, where's the video? Seems like no one wants to show a video, but they'll just keep bitching about it.
Right. And I didn't see half of it because, again, the feed that I was watching, and it might be my internet too or computer that was glitching all the time.
Fucking keyboard warriors, man. Everybody fucking know they can do it better. Come on, do it, motherfucker. Give it a try.
Right? If you think you can do better,
Well, I mean, that's what I say about, about people saying, shit about me. It's like, get in the car.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And so all you do is go in a circle, and it ain't that fucking easy. That's what
I mean,
easy.
If you've never been in a car, you're a keyboard warrior. I'm sorry, but that's what you are.
Right. And the thing is, people always be like, all you're doing is turning left. And it's like, apparently the people that say that has never seen a dirt track race before.
Well, I mean, when you're in the Hornets, you're turning left.
Well, sometimes
you're pushing like a bulldozer.
Yeah.
And pray that something fucking tire will pop up.
Right, but nevertheless, B mods for that night was Lucas Bolton, Blake Monroe, D. Schwartz again, Dylan Turpin, Jake Montgomery, Todd O'Neill, Mike Wells, Matt Milner, excuse me, I can't read very well, and Kevin Anderson, and Jake Heffers.
That Eureka education showing.
Yes. Hey, you went to Eureka too, buddy.
I know, that's what I'm saying. The duck swims on the lake.
Yeah, is it Eureka Lake or Lake Eureka?
Eureka Lake.
Well, it depends on what sign. It depends on what sign you see.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a Lucas Bolton. Now he was a kid that last year or 2 years ago he was actually running kids mods.
Yeah, he's improved a lot.
Oh yeah, he's improved very much. This is like his third feature win this year already.
Yeah. His drive shaft doesn't fall out either.
Yeah, that too.
He probably has a good crew chief.
And Jake, he's a good kid and he runs good, but apparently he said he had issues with the carburetor.
Well, Jake's been struggling this year.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's the same car and everything.
Yeah, I know. He just seems like he's struggling this year. I hate to see that because, like I said,
and he's a good kid. He's a good driver, and it's it's even funny because we'll talk about this a little later because it's all a part of the whole, what's making the dirt track, dying. But anyway, those are really good ones. That was a good race. I got to see that one. And let's see, the 4 cylinders, which is the top 4 cars. And this is Ty's favorite class. Kidding. Matt Mackey, Austin Traver, Jeremy Hancock, Shauna Fanning, Steven Fanning, I guess that's how you say it. Richard Mackey, Jordan Hamilton, Hunter Kelly, Haley Mackey, and top 10 was Parker Rogers.
You guys, Mackey sounds a lot like back in the days of Reeds in the Hornet class. It was fucking 10,000 Reeds. He didn't want to race at the Reeds racer because they were always going to fucking win, or they were going to crash at one of the two.
Well, Mackey, he races all this area, and he has 4 to 6 cars with different people in it. So
yeah, I see he advertises them for sale all the time. Is he relation to Adam Mackey that runs Macon?
I don't think so.
I have no clue.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Nevertheless, those were the races that happened last week. This week we have 3, and they're all big, huge races. This first one we will do is Spoon River. And this is Pro Late Models, Pro Mods, Hornets, Kids Mods, Stock Cars, Power Eye Midgets, and Spoon River Speedway B Mods. Pits open at 2, grandstands open at 4, hot laps at 5:30. $20 to get in. Seniors and 65 and over are free. Pit passes are $45, $20 for kids. The cool thing about this one that I found interesting was the stock car division. Apparently there's a 59R. I don't know who that is, but apparently a street stock that's a 59R has been doing a lot of good there. So they put on a bounty for him. $250 for the people that passes him and wins. So not only do you get the purse for winning, you also get an extra $250 if you beat this guy and win.
And I don't like that.
You don't like bounties?
I don't like when they put bounties on people's heads.
What if I prove he's cheating?
Well, I'm just saying, okay, let me just crash him. I won. Do I get
it? Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. With that,
that's all you got to do. Or you got to talk to one of the buddies that is going to get laughed and say, "Hey,
run up there." Spin out. Yeah, spin out.
Yeah,
like dive on to him or something.
I'll give you $100 if you spin him out.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I don't think bounties should be around.
Yeah. I get it. I mean, I see it both ways though, because it also makes more people come to actually see it, to see if someone can do it. It gets more cars in because it's an extra $250.
You notice how many classes it got? 7 fucking classes.
That's why the car is staying home.
Right.
But that's Spoon though, because they're out in the middle of nowhere. They can stay. They can go to 4:00 in the morning if they wanted to.
Yeah, and I'm not staying out that late.
Right. I don't blame you. So that is Spoon. We will go to Fairbury here. And that one is the Summer National Race with the Dirt Car Summit cars. There's only going to be 3 classes here, so it'll probably get done sooner. $10,000 to win for late models, $2,000 to win for modifieds, and $750 to win for street stocks. I'm going to like this one because street stocks are my favorite class right now. So that'll be cool. Gates open at 11, so they're probably open right now. Drivers meeting at 5:15 and racing to follow. $30 to get in. Kids 12 and under, free. Pits $40. Kids 12 and under in the pits are $15. And so yeah. $10,000 to win, like I said. I don't say how much it is to start for late models, but it's $200 start for the modifieds and $100 to start for the street stocks.
I bet it's about $1,000 to start the the late models. I bet it's close. I bet it's close to $1,000 to start.
Yeah, at least 500, right?
No, probably more than that. It's probably between 1,000 and 700. I'm guessing.
My point, anyway, it's going to be a lot of just to start, and I've seen a lot of guys like that are at the very end. They run like 3 or 4 laps and just pull into the infield. I mean,
I don't blame him.
Yeah, I mean. So, last but certainly not least, is a racetrack that I wouldn't mind going to as well, because I heard pretty good about it. This is more of an IMCA track, which I have, besides online, I haven't really seen too many IMCA. Anyway, tomorrow, weekly racing points, IMCA late models, IMCA modified, IMCA sport mods, which is the Hornets, street stocks, IMCA mod lights, IMCA hobby stocks, and 4-cylinders. They're actually going to have a autograph session, which is pretty cool, because I like those a lot, because you can get the stickers and stuff from the drivers and whatnot. And, you know,
the sport mods is the B mods of IMCA.
Sport mods, okay. Sport mods is the B mods for the IMCA. Gates open at 2, grandstands at 3, drivers meeting 5:45, hot laps at 5, autographs at 5:30, opening ceremonies, racing to follow. $15 to get in. They got reserve seats, which I am going to assume probably like right on the fence. I've never been there. If anybody can correct me if I'm wrong, but those are $18. Kids $5. Kids 4 and under free. Pit pass is $30. And yeah, so that's the races for this week. Now, like I said, let's talk about part 2 to stuff happening and making the world of dirt racing falter or be better or whatnot. But I want to share this quick video, and we can hit points on it and talk about it.
On this Thursday, I'm the lifeguard. I'm watching the baby. Say hello, puppy.
Hi, puppy.
He'll talk about it soon.
All right, I have a little time to address this controversial situation going on with the Summer Nationals. All right. I see a lot of you that are jacked up on Sundrop. You're pissed because the Summer Nationals is taking advantage of all the classes and making money on the back gate. So I want to be clear. Short tracks struggle. They don't make any money. I'm going to say it again. Short tracks struggle. They don't make any money. Now, we want our cake and eat it too. We want it all about us. It's 10 o'clock. It's time for me to go to bed. How come they don't have 2 divisions? How come they don't have 2 divisions? Because I'm tired. I want to go to bed. All right. I get it. I see all the complaining out there. Let me say it like this. Your short track loses money, and it's been through how many owners? How many owners has your short track been through? How many promoters has your short track been through? One time a year, guys. One time a year, your short track tries to make some money by having 6 classes. It does fucking suck. It's a bitch. It's a lot. As my mama would say, this too shall soon pass. One night out of 365 days. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath and let your local short track make some good money one time. Because, hold on, baby, let me get done chewing their ass out, okay? Okay?
You got to excuse Hermie. He's a pretty funny guy.
And that's comedy right there. I'll get your noodle. Hold on. So, I get it. It's all about you. You want to go to bed, and there's too many classes, and all you want to do is watch the super late models. I'm with you. I agree with you. But I'm saying, think about it. I know for a fact that they all lose money.
Yeah.
Sometimes they might make, like on a normal local short track night, they make $2,500. Your local short track sometimes
that's on a good night too.
$2,500 profit, and then what are they going to do with that? Right? Is it worth it to make $2,500? So your local short track gets one night out of the whole year to make a little money. we call it poker racing. Poker racing means all the divisions come, they pay the pit gate, and they take that money and they race for it. Joe Moscas, this guy's wanting me to go watch that Formula One movie. All right, respond right here.
So, with that said, what do you guys think about that? I mean, do you think it will hurt or help or indifferent for keeping dirt track racing alive? I mean, I could see it, like, again, like I say, I could see it both ways. I could see it from a fan's perspective where it's like it's a weekday, you got to work the next day and whatnot. And it's like, you know, I get it. But at the same time, I feel these same people that complain about the dirt track races running late are the same people that'll go to a concert for Luke Combs or someone on a Tuesday night and it'll be up till midnight, 1 o'clock, and they don't bat an eye. So, you know, should it make a difference? Not really, but then I also see the point of the promoter and the track people that they got to make money, like Hermie said, you know. So I mean, I get it, but I mean, I see it helping dirt track keep going because, like you said, they make money that night. So that way they can keep the dirt track going. Whereas on any given night, they might make only $1,500 to $3,000. And then half of that probably goes to buying stuff to fix the track. Because like this year, Peoria had issues with their lights that didn't work, so they had to go out and buy a brand new set of lights and everything, and that costs money. So I mean, so what I mean, Steve or Ty, what do you guys think?
If you're gonna run more than 2 classes, they need to make sure the late models and modifieds are first on the track for everything.
Right, and I get that. So people can see those classes because they come for those classes.
Those classes only, and then when they leave, when they're done, people will leave. The ones that want to stay, they'll stay.
Right.
Like Peoria did. Peoria had late models go first all night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then they had modifieds go second all night.
Right.
That's what you need to do. Now, do I mind them running 4 classes? I don't see a problem with 4 classes. Now, personally, I wouldn't have the Hornets on a summer national night, but whatever. Kankakee just did it wrong, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you had 7 classes or 6 classes, whatever.
Is it this year the first year Kankakee just opened up again after a while? And then they closed last year?
I think you're right, Steve.
They ran a very limited schedule.
I think they ran a very limited schedule, yeah. But there was no reason to have the Crown Vics there that night.
No.
None whatsoever.
I agree. I agree. The Hornets, and I'm Phat 420's back on disagreement with them. I would say if you're going to run a big show where you're going to have the big dog come from all over the place, don't run your Hornets, don't run your Crown Vics, don't run your street stocks. Run your modifieds, late models. And I honestly, I don't like, because it's just, I don't like this whole division of everything. You got your super late models, okay?
Yeah.
Just means I don't run a 602 or 604 crate, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically, okay. Let's let these guys like Moyer and Babb and all that. Let's let them do that. Our local tracks, you run a late model, which means everybody runs a 602 or 604 crates. Everybody we don't have we got 10 super late models and we got 14 pro late models there. Nah, fuck it. Let them all fucking run together. I know it ain't fair because these guys are running big 410s and everything else. But let's just somehow, and just like you guys are B mods and A mods, okay? What's the difference? The motor.
Well, the motors.
You
got. I'll say you got the shock packages that they can run that I can't run.
Yeah, exactly.
And
that's a major expense.
Yeah.
Supposedly, because they're talking about the motors, Simpson, he supposedly has a crate motor and he's running with the open guys.
You can. At Peoria, you can.
Yeah, Peoria.
Because that track gets so dry slick that guys have, 800 horses. Yeah, you got 800 horses on tires that are like that narrow. Right. You're not getting a hold of anything.
Yeah.
Right.
You're trying to put that power to the ground, and it's hard when you have, you're just spinning your tires.
Burning your tires.
And I do agree with Steve a little bit. The Crown Vics, the Hornets, no. Street stocks, I mean, it depends on what street stocks.
It depends, okay. And how many do you have?
The street stocks, and Ty can correct me if I'm wrong, street stocks and the B mods almost run pretty much the same lap times, give or take.
No.
They don't? At Peoria, I thought they did anyway.
Well, Peoria, everybody's slow.
Unless you're Robert Cottam.
I mean, but my thing is okay. You have a late model division, pro late model division, a modified, and a B mod. That's it.
Right.
For a summer national night, that's it.
Yeah, I get that. I do.
If you don't run B mods at your track, that's when you can replace it with the street stocks.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that.
That's what you do.
That does
you don't
make
just
sense.
say, well, we're not going to run. We're going to run all classes tonight. See, Peoria used to make that mistake. And I think people bitched enough, and Peoria finally got smart and said, you know what? We're running 4 divisions. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Because last year they did 5. And they ran a little late.
And see, my thing is like I said, I wouldn't run the Hornets on a summer national night. If I was Peoria, I would have ran the street stocks.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're running the late models, the modifieds, the B mods, and I would have raced street stocks.
Yeah.
And do you think maybe they ran them because they run slower, so it gives the other drivers more time to work on their cars?
Summer nationals have time anyway. Because they blow the 10-minute horn, I think, still. I don't know. I know they used to. I know the World of Outlaws blow a 10-minute horn. So
yeah, I remember that because last night, since that one race was canceled, I did watch the Knoxville races. And
I mean, you just got to kind of feel your crowd, though, too. I mean, down south, I wouldn't be surprised if one night they run sprint cars with summer nationals. Because down south, that's sprint car country down south.
Right.
I mean, Springfield, south of Springfield is
Farmington, Missouri. Yeah, Farmington, Missouri, all that down there.
I mean, north of Springfield is late model country.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Springfield just kind of in the middle. We used to have Springfield Speedway when we ran sprints, but we don't have that anymore.
And that's probably why we got
Jacksonville now.
Yeah, you got Jacksonville that runs they don't run the super late models. They run a limited late model, and then they run the 2 or 3 divisions of sprint cars. And
I know what Peoria was trying to do. They know if they run the Hornets, they're going to get tons of fucking cars, and that's money.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Everybody
like I said,
$35 a pop. So,
we're
going to pay these guys $200 to win, but we're going to get 50 fucking cars that are paying me $35 a pop.
And I'm not trying to bring this up again, but I heard there was a fight in the pits. And I heard that what division was responsible for it.
And the funny thing about that was the fight didn't even start in a Hornet pit.
I heard about that.
It started in a B-Mod pit only because one of the Hornet owners was sponsoring that B-Mod driver. So they automatically assumed that B-Mod driver would,
But was it a Hornet Division person that started it in a B-Mod pit?
Yes, that right there.
Boom.
And then I mentioned this to some other people about it, and they're like, "Well, there's other classes have fights all the time, blah blah blah," and it's like true, but it's more prevalent in the Hornets.
9 times out of 10, it is the
Yeah.
Hornet Division at Peoria.
Mm-hmm. Or any other
Because
place.
they think they're racing for $1 million fucking dollars.
They
I
do.
got a race car. I know I did it. But I didn't go start no pit. I got crashed. I had one time where I had this dude come to my pits and I said, whatever, motherfucker.
So
I had an analogy, but I'm just gonna leave it.
Yeah.
it happens. If you want to use it, fine. It don't matter.
Because I was gonna say calling a Hornet a race car is calling a girl with a strap on a man. I'm sorry,
I
but
could see that, but can you say the same thing about people that run Crown Vics and
yep.
Well,
Bombers too?
I'm not a Crown Vic fan.
not all of
I
us
think they're
you gotta
dangerous.
not all of us think you start a career in a late model.
Well, I didn't start
pit
mine
fight,
in a late model.
right,
You
TJ?
You started in a Hornet?
Starting a pit fight is cliche as starting a bar fight. I can see
Yeah.
that.
It is.
Pretty much.
And like I said, I don't know.
I get how the Hornet, I get how they set up a track. I get how when you run DOT tires, it's not good. They push like a fucking, it tears up a fucking track. You're right. They should run. I mean, I would be all for letting late models, modifieds, let even if they run in midgets, let those motherfuckers go first. Then run the fucking Hornets last of the night. That's what Megan always did. We were always last to race.
I wouldn't mind the Hornets that much if they would just stop the bullshit.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They fuck it up for everybody.
Now,
Yeah.
this is a side trail to the whole thing, but it's still helping with talking about the state of the union for dirt track. Do you think if they had the Hornets run like those smaller midget tires, it would be a little bit better?
No.
Or do you think the tires wouldn't matter?
I think that would even be worse. You get a smaller tire.
Yeah.
That would even be worse digging in.
It kills the Hornet Division is the front wheel drive cars. Front wheel drive cars are just not made to slide.
I drove a Mustang. I drove a Mustang in mine, and it was a rear wheel.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But you ran stock tires.
Yeah.
What if you ran maybe a 14-inch wide tire?
If you're gonna maybe put street stock tires on the Hornet,
okay, yeah.
that would probably be better for not tearing up the track.
It wouldn't break off. In the corner, there's so much something with more sidewall on it, so when it rolls over, that's doesn't dig in.
Yeah, and honestly, if you want them, let them run beadlocks all the way around.
Right. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So money. They don't want
with that said, it sounds like stop the bullshit. And if you're going to have bullshit, talk it over. Because it's just a starter class. It's supposed to be a starter class. And just,
And
simple as this. You fight, you're gone. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Right. And not gone 2 weeks like some tracks do.
And honestly, that's why you don't see a lot of kids going in the Hornet Division anymore.
Nope.
Because when they first came out, that's where the kids would go.
I do remember that, yes.
And now,
16,
now you got kids mods, which I think is awesome.
Right.
And see, the cool thing about kids mods, though, is once they graduate out, all they have to do is change the motor.
Yeah.
And they can run B mods or regular mods.
And like I said, I see a lot of kids mods coming up. It's good.
Well, again, Lucas Bolton, he was a kid mod last year, and a year or two ago, and look how good he's doing now in B mods.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to start my son in go-karts next year.
Good idea. Good idea.
So he's
Right.
going to start. He's going to start in go-karts, and then if he likes it, we're going to do go-karts for a little while longer, and then eventually my car will probably be turned into
Right.
his kid's meet,
Mhm.
Right.
and then I will probably go out and buy a new chassis.
Ooh,
Do you have an idea of what kind you might want?
lethal.
I think I'm going to either go. I hate Bob Pierce. I don't like Bobby Pierce.
Oh, no,
But here's the
nobody.
thing, Steve. Here's the thing, Steve. You can get a brand if they do it again. You can get a
Uh-huh.
brand new Pierce chassis rolling with the cockpit in it and the decking for $14,000.
Mhm.
That's hard to pass up.
Mm-hmm.
All the cockpit, but you see,
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
All you
gauges
gotta do
and
is
everything.
put your seat in, your drivetrain in,
Your body.
your body, and that's it, pretty much. For
Yeah,
$14,000.
that's yeah.
That's
You're right. I
cheap.
couldn't pass that. I
Mhm.
couldn't pass that up. Yeah.
And they're
that
not.
much
And they're
work
not
does
bad chassis. They actually do good. It's just.
They're not bad chassis. It's just they don't help you.
it. Right.
Like when you go and ask them for help, they don't help
Exactly. He's on
Right.
all about late model. I'll tell
Yeah.
you though, if you this is our future. If you do, if you do buy a Pierce, let me know. I'll put you in touch with a guy that knows all about it. Best friends with Pierce, Jeff Leka. Jeff Leka's a personal friend.
you. Yeah, Jeff's actually helping Bobby.
Yeah, he's
Mhm.
helping Bobby. Yeah, so let me
But
know.
honestly, I think I'd get a hold of Danny Schwartz
Oh yeah, that motherfucker's bad too. Yeah.
because he welded for Bob Pierce.
Right. Oh yeah.
He welded on the chassis,
Oh,
So he
yeah.
knows how to help you. To.
Yeah.
and I heard he had a fallout, and he doesn't work with them anymore. But
Right.
because that's when you had to call Pierce Race Cars was after hours.
Oh really?
Because I heard Schwartz would sit there and talk to guys.
Right.
Be like, hey,
Yeah.
try this, or hey,
Yeah,
try that.
Don't
So,
expect Bobby. Only thing Bobby's gonna do is take your fucking money.
Yeah, that's basically it. But anyway, next on the lap for us, let's talk about a quick race story, and let's go ahead and start with Ty. What would be one that you can remember, like from Gramps?
Oh shit!
Him telling you. Or Steve, do you got one while Ty's thinking about it?
Dude, I live for stories.
We had one. Grandpa told me this one. We were up. They were up. I was really young. I don't remember this, but he used to run around with Freeberg.
Uh-huh.
And they went up to Princeton, and Bobby got into Junior Schickel,
Oh,
and the drivers were talking it out, and they had a guy named Jimmy Knapp was part of the crew, and the drivers started getting, they were almost talking it out. Well, I guess Bobby's wife decided to go over there and start yelling and stuff. Well, Jimmy Knapp looks at my grandfather and goes, I've never been in Burrow County jail. And Grandpa goes, me either.
I can
And
go
he goes,
find out.
we might be going today.
Yeah.
But I mean, I got stories all about, because Jimmy Knapp, God rest his soul, he was awesome. He went down to, I think it was Spoon River, and he got out of the hauler and he circled around on his knees and hands. And they're like, what the fuck are you doing? He goes, I got to take a shit. So he was looking for a place to shit like a dog. Then I'll tell one more on Jimmy Knapp because he's like I say, he was a comic relief.
Right.
Bobby raced and they were going through inspection, and Jimmy goes, is that ruler calibrated? And they said, well, what do you mean? He's like, did you calibrate that? And he goes, well, you know how you do it. And he held it up I went like that, hit the guy right in the dick.
Oh, one of those things. Yeah.
But yep. He
So-
yeah.
So what's the story for you, Steve? What do you got?
Oh, I'll tell you. When I started, I was working for Bob Bennett out of Decatur. We had another dude who was helping us, but I didn't get along with him. Bob said, "What do you think?" I said, "I can't work with him." So we fired him. It was just me. We were going to Danville, and I knew how to get to Danville, but we had a box van and open trailer, hold the late model. And I saw it. He got all loaded, gave me all the money. So, hey, I'll meet you in Danville. I'm like, cool, I thought I was a big shot. We had uniforms and everything. So I'm cruising down outside Decatur. I'm getting close to, I don't know if you've all been to Danville. You're going down, I think it's 74. You go down a really big fucking hill, and you start going up a hill. All the people were passing me because the fucking box van. He just didn't want to go, trying to pull like a late model. People are going by and they're waving. They're like, oh, man, look. Everybody thinks I'm the driver. But, yeah, hey, how you doing? And instead of driving by, they're pointing. Hey, how you doing, man? And finally, they slow down. Said, hey, you need to pull over. What? I pulled over, and I forgot to strap the race car down, and the winch was freewheeling off, and the race car was dragging on the fucking road. So the rear bumper and the quarter panels were all fucking filed.
Did you do that, Ty?
I've done that.
Like,
I've done that.
Attention. We've been trying to get your attention for 5 miles. You've been dragging the back of that race car. Oh, shit.
That's how you scuff tires up, though.
No, yeah.
Exactly.
I didn't get that far. The tires were still on, because on the ramp we had one of those inclined trailers.
Oh, okay.
Winds would pull up, so it was back tires, thank God, were still on the fucking track. So you could just realize.
So you're scraping the bumper and the part of the body.
Scraped the corners of the. Can you imagine if those tires would have hit the ground? What it would have done to that fucking transmission and shit? With it fucking in gear. Oh, I'd have been.
Yeah, mine actually tires hit and gravel.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit. No.
This is yeah.
Perfect angles though on my quarter panels.
This is a story about a friend of mine's dad, and it's not dirt track racing, but it still has to deal with racing. Back in the day, when they had, I don't know if they still have it, but down south, they have the drag strip. I don't remember where it is, but it was down southern Illinois.
Marion, maybe? I think it got one.
I think it was Marion. Anyway.
Yeah. It's down by like Ziegler.
Yeah, my friend's dad, back when he was, our age, racing, he would use his dad's station wagon as the pull car, or a pull car to pull their race car, right? Well, at this track, at the end of the year, they had what they called a pull car race. Basically, whatever vehicle you pulled your car to the track with, you got to race it down the strip. So basically what he did was he dropped the muffler and everything, opened up the valve covers, reset the tappets and everything to make sure it run, and he won in his dad's car, right? Well, when he went home, he put everything back together. Of course, when he went home, he forgot he put the trophy on the kitchen table.
Ooh.
And so when he got up in the morning, he got out, and his dad didn't say a thing. All his dad did was look at him and go. And then ever since then, he's like, I ain't doing that ever again. Because he said the look on his dad's face is like, if you do it again, I'm going to whoop your behind with a switch. So anyway, that's my story. And the yellow flag, the yellow flag. No, the yellow flag isn't, because I don't have to go to the bathroom.
Yellow flag for the 14 car because the drive shaft fell out.
With 2 laps.
I didn't even get the yellow flag.
Yeah. So with 2 laps,
I didn't even get the green flag.
Green flag was at the beginning of the show. So anyway, with 2 laps to go, we'll talk about a little bit of mental health, and this will tie into the show tonight for Mayhem's Amigos, which is on at what time, Steve? Do you remember? Is it
7?
7 tonight, guys. 7 Central. Mayhem's Amigos. It's tonight instead of Thursday because Thursday was when a whole bunch of other stuff happened with TJ. Was busy. So anyway, this ties into what he's kind of going to talk to, and it's going to be about mental health because we're all about mental health here, or at least I am. Okay, thing came out recently with Scott Bloomquist with his accident. And basically, he was a late model driver. He collected over 600 career victories from one end of the country to the other and everywhere in between. He crashed August 16th of last year while flying his plane. And the impact of the barn caught fire, and we lost a legend. Well, at the beginning of this month, the NTSB, which I don't know what that stands for, but I'm assuming, you know. Ty, do you know since you've been in law enforcement?
No, not off the top of my head, no.
Anyway, it is there a report on the crash, and they ruled it to basically he unalived himself. So, with that said, yeah, I mean, it's sad that it happened, and National Transportation Safety Board, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, TJ. You know, it's sad it happened, and again, all I can hopefully speak for everybody on the show and on Mayhem's Amigos. If you have any problems, message us. We'll talk with you.
Yeah.
I know I will. You know, because I deal with it. I'm sure Steve dealt with it. I'm sure Ty deals with it. TJ deals with it. Adam deals with it. And I'm sure the ladies that usually come off and on the show on Mayhem's Amigos deals with it, you know. So it's just sad that it had to happen. But at the same time, I get it. You know, life gets hard. You know, you don't know what to do. You're having pain. He was even dealing with cancer or something, too, at the same time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Prostate cancer.
Prostate cancer. So, you know, he had all these issues going on.
I think I've read a lot of things. I think his body had finally just had enough.
Right.
He was tired. He was hurting.
And I get that.
I mean, I knew it that day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I knew it that day that he did it himself.
But I kind of did too, and I didn't say anything until I wanted to hear the full story.
The sad thing is that it changes everything for his daughter. And once they rule it, what they're going to rule it now, that's going to fucking change everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like she probably won't get.
She won't get any insurance money or anything.
Excuse me, I'm going to have to start kind of going heading towards the truck here because I'm going to have to.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah. So anyway, the yellow flag drops for now, so Ty can get to his truck.
no, you can keep going.
But anyway, the white flag's coming up, and since Ty has to leave, why don't we go first for your final thoughts, Ty?
Final thought: make sure you have a 1/2-inch wrench, and and make sure that you check on your friends.
Yeah. I mean, even though they don't ask for it, still check on them. When you can see something's off, check on them.
Yep.
And Steve, what's your final thought for the final lap?
Yeah.
Final lap thought.
Final lap thoughts. Good show. Be back on Amigos tonight. Yeah. Don't believe me. Suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem.
Mm-hmm.
So think about it before you do it.
Any other shows you want to promote?
Yeah, tomorrow morning I'll be on Southern Fried Radio, spinning the records at 9 a.m. to noon, just staying on the shit show.
Monday you got a show too, don't you?
Oh shit! I got Wake and Bake too on Monday. I'll tell you, bad for Tony.
Let's just put it this way, guys. Steve's on a lot of shows, so stick around, check Facebook, for Mayhem's Amigos.
You'll probably
Ray Lytle's Morning Disaster on those
Yeah.
Facebook places, and you can see Steve on any
Yeah.
of those shows.
Yeah, sure.
I will be here next week, as well as Mayhem's Amigos tonight at 7 p.m. And I believe there might be a show Sunday at 4 Central.
I think so.
And then back again, hopefully on Thursday. If not,
Don't you have a radio show Sunday?
oh yeah, I got a radio show too at 6 o'clock Central at night, where I'll be doing a lot of records and music and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's on iVlog.tv under the Third Eye Vision. So with that said, if I don't see you at the track, see you next week at noon, right here or on YouTube. Until then, be safe. And again, see you at the track.
Better hurry, Ty. You only got 1 minute.